The opening session, Revolutionizing Soft Target Protection with Appraise, will be introduced by Superintendent Chief Luís Peça Farinha, ISPC Director, the Adjunct Director José Baixo Leitão, the Researcher and Learning Director Superintendent Sérgio Felgueiras. Afterwards, we have the Appraise Consortium with the Project Coordinator Yana Lazarova, the Scientific Coordinator Anastasius Dimou, and Alexander Ahmad from CS Group. We'd like to give the floor to National Deputy Director, Chief Superintendent José Baixo Leitão.
Dear head of the ISPC, my dear friend for four decades, I believe, Appraise coordinators, members, and partners of the project, ladies, gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests, students, allow me to welcome you to the Higher Institute of Police Sciences and Internal Security. It's an honor for the Public Security Police PSP to receive you and host you in the final step of the project to secure the UNFORTIFIED, a groundbreaking journey of innovation and commitment to the EU security agenda. A journey that began in September 2021 under the ambitious banner of the Appraise project, aiming to fortify the safety of our public spaces, to shield our communities from the dual specters of cyber and physical terrorism that loom over our shared spaces of liberty and democracy. Appraise was conceived not just as a project, but as a beacon of hope, a testament that that can be achieved when nations, experts, and communities unite with a common goal, the protection and resilience of soft targets against increasingly sophisticated threats of our times. Appraise has shown us a very strong commitment to not only develop cutting-edge technologies, but also to deeply understand the legal and ethical framework that govern our actions. I'm sure that the work and knowledge that will be shared the next couple of days will be of great interest and relevance to reinforce the results of this project. With a final summary booklet that has been distributed, Appraise shared with us not just the milestones achieved and the technologies developed, but the spirit of cooperation that has defined the journey across 4 pilot sites and 5 countries that tested and validated approaches in real-world scenarios, adapting to the unique challenges and opportunities of each place. The protection of public spaces, the commitment with EU people and their security and communities remains a paramount priority for the European Union. Ensuring citizens' freedom, safety, and rights are key aspects of our democracies. Intelligence, country partnerships, technological innovation, interoperability are key aspects that need future improvement and, most of all, need sound investment to ensure our communities keep public security high standards. The European Union shall strive to be the continent with the highest levels of recorded and perceived security at a global level. Such an end will only be possible if we are all able to establish a fruitful dialogue that incorporates different points of view, capable of integrating different visions and building innovative solutions. Appraise is a good example of good cooperation within the collective efforts to prevent violence and terrorism that in recent decades have brought some of the most serious criminal consequences to Europe, undermining EU citizens' confidence in security institutions. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to every researcher, every end user, every technology developer, and every partner who has made Appraise possible. I'm sure that you have only not imagined a safer future, but also have taken tangible steps towards realizing it. Thank you very much.
would like to invite Chief Superintendent Luís Peça Farinha to the floor.
Your Excellency, Deputy National Director of Public Security Police, my dear friend, praise coordinators, members and partners of the praise project, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and distinguished guests. As we gather here today, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment, not just in the life cycle of the praise project, but in the ongoing endeavor to safeguard our societies against the ever-evolving threats that challenge our way of life. Initiated in September 2021 with the collaboration of 27 partners across 9 countries, Appraise represents a concerted effort financed by the European Union Horizon 2020 program to enhance the security of public space and to fortify the resilience of soft targets against a spectrum of threats that are both physical and cyber in nature. The essence of Appraise goes beyond the simple implementation of security measures. It embodies a vision of collective safety and a harmonious balance between vigilance and the preservation of our fundamental freedoms. The project has been a journey of discovery, innovation, and most important, collaboration and cooperation. The diversity of our partnership, spanning across nations, disciplines, and sectors, has been its greatest strength, enabling us to approach the multifaceted challenge of security with a comprehensive and multifaceted strategy. The Appraise commitment to this cause has been strong and driven by the recognition that the safety of public space is not merely a matter of policy or technology, but a cornerstone of our democratic societies. That's what allow our communities to thrive, our citizens to engage freely, and our values to endure. The final summary booklet that is presented to you today, it's not just a record of the project's achievements, it's a testament to the spirit of cooperation that has fueled our progress. From the development of state-of-the-art technologies to the intricate examination of legal and ethical considerations, every facet of Appraise has been guided by the principle of enhancing security while respecting the rights and freedom of individuals. Through the implementation of 4 pilot projects across 5 countries, Appraise have not only tested and validated our approach in diverse environments, but also engaged with the communities that are the very heart of public space. Each pilot, with its unique challenge and context, has offered invaluable insights into the practical application of our technologies and strategies, illuminating the path towards a more secure and resilient future. As we reflect on the journey of Appraise, we are reminded that the task of protecting public space is an ongoing one, a shared responsibility that demands continuous engagement, adaptation, and collaboration. The European Union commitment to this cause is strong, as evidenced by the support for projects like Appraise. Our achievements to contribute to the broader mission of the Security Union, enhancing the collective capacity of member states to anticipate, prevent, and respond to threats. In closing, I wish to express my gratitude to each and every one of you. As said by my predecessor, the researchers who have pushed the boundaries of what is possible, the end users and technology developers whose expertise and innovation have been instrumental, and our partners across all sectors, whose collaboration has made Appraise not just a project, but a movement towards a safer and more secure Europe. As we look to the future, let us carry forward lessons learned, the partnerships forged, and the commitment to security that has united us. Together, we will continue to work towards a Europe more safe, more secure, more resilient, a Europe where public space remain bastions of freedom and community. Thank you for your attention, your dedication, and your belief in the vision of Appraise. Thank you very much, all of you.
May I pass the floor to Researcher and Learning Director, Superintendent Sérgio Felgueiras.
Mr. Deputy National Director, Mr. ISCPC Director, dear Jana, Appraise Project Coordinator, dear Appraise friends, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of the Appraise final event. A seminal moment that marks the culmination of an ambitious journey under the auspices of European Union Horizon 2020 funding framework. Today, we stand on the threshold of a new era in ensuring the security of our public spaces, safeguarding them against both physical and cyber threats with the groundbreaking solutions developed through the international collaboration. The Appraise project, which stands for the advanced protection paradigms for safety and security in open real-world environments, represents a parallel coalition of 27 partners from 9 diverse countries. This consortium has been dedicated to crafting and validating a state-of-the-art framework for protecting soft targets, public space that are easily accessible and thus vulnerable to various threats. Our journey through the Appraise project was challenging and enlightening, involving 4 pilot scenarios that spanned different countries and presenting unique security challenges. These included a cross-border cycle race targeted by activists, a vehicle ramming attack in the crowded urban area, a cyber-physical terror attack at the water park, and a cold weapon attack at the public gathering. Each scenario was a test for the innovative technological tools and solutions we developed, ranging from online content analysis to drone-based surveillance and emergency evacuation optimization. These technological advancements were not developed in isolation. They were part of a comprehensive approach that addressed the legal and ethical challenges inherent in their development, ensured public acceptance, and fostered collaboration between private and public sector security actors. The societal acceptance of the Appraise approach, compliance with the ethical standards, and the policy papers produced based on our findings underscore the project's commitment to technological innovation and a holistic view of security in public spaces. The significance of the Appraise project extends beyond the technological solutions and methodologies developed. It lies in the collaboration model it represents, a synergy between public and private security operators, researchers, policymakers, and the community. This model highlights the importance of collective effort in advancing our goals and amplifying our impact. As we present the findings and achievements of the Appraise project today, we do so with the understanding that this is not merely a conclusion, but a stepping stone towards the future. The knowledge and insights gained through this project will serve as a foundation for further research and development in public space security. In closing, I extend my deepest gratitude to all the partners, collaborators, and stakeholders who have been part of this remarkable journey. Your dedication, expertise, and commitment have been the driving force behind the success of the Appraise project. Together, we have taken a significant step forward in our ongoing quest to create safer, more secure public spaces for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, before we proceed further into our agenda, I would like to extend some exceptional thanks to crucial figures and organizations whose support and contributions have benefited our project and today's event. Firstly, our heartfelt gratitude goes to the Polícia de Segurança Pública and Instituto Superior de Ciências Policiais e Segurança Interna. Under the esteemed leadership of their directors, they have hosted this event and provided excellent support and cooperation throughout the Appraise project. Their commitment to public safety and security is commendable, and their partnership has been instrumental in the success of our endeavors. I also want to express our profound appreciation to Jana and to our consortium partners for their trust in us. Their faith in our project's vision and objectives has been a source of motivation and encouragement for us all. The collaboration and shared commitment to safeguarding public spaces have been cornerstone to our project achievements. Additionally, a special knowledge must be made to Sonia Morgado for her tireless work and dedication. Sonia's relentless effort, expertise and passion have propelled the project forward and ensured the smooth organization and execution of today's event. Thank you. Again, thank you for your invaluable contributions and joining us in this journey towards creating a safer and more secure public spaces for all. Let us continue to our work together with a persistent commitment and collaboration as we move forward into the next step of our dream. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to insightful discussions and exchanges that lie ahead. Let us move forward together towards a safer and more secure future. Thank you very much for your attention.
Let's hear from Project Coordinator Yana Lazarova.
So, first of all, good morning, everyone. And it's a pleasure to see that many people who came to this event. But first things first, thank you to our organizers, to the National Director, to the IACPSI Director, and to Sergio and Sonia, and all of you who are out there helping us. It's very much appreciated. And I have to remind everyone how this all started. We were at our last pilot in Torino, and Sonia luckily she was there, and she came to me and she said, maybe we can have a final event in Lisbon. So I was, okay, for once we're going to a location where we don't have a pilot. There will be sunshine in February, which is not the case everywhere. And I also knew we had a lot of things to share because as you all mentioned, it has been a successful project. We have had 4 pilots in 7 months, and they all went well. And it was a great journey and experience. So having this event came as a natural conclusion of all of this, and thank you all for the efforts to make this happen. Before we go to anything else, I suggest just, I don't know how it works. Okay, just a short video so that you can see what we did. During the first pilot in May in Slovenia. this was just to show you something more tangible about the project and how it went, but you will have the opportunity to discover more about the technologies and more details about the pilots later on. Some key facts. So we are a happy consortium of 27 partners from 10 different countries, and as it was mentioned, our journey started in September 2021, and as every journey has an end, it will end next week on the 29th of February. And it's under the funding program of fighting crime and terrorism. So why a praise? Someone once told me, if you have a project, then it means there was a problem or there was a challenge to be solved. And the challenge in our case, well, there are many of them. We have an increasing number of terrorist attacks. Many of them are against soft targets, which are hard to protect and often very open. Another problem we have is that there is private security operators. On the other side, we have public security operators. They're all efficient. They all have their means, but they don't always have an efficient means of communication and information sharing. And this is also a challenge in Europe, where it's very quick and easy to cross a border and escape to a different country, and being able to communicate across the border quickly and efficiently can sometimes help to solve a problem or stop an attacker. And the other challenge that we had ahead of us was the fact that attacks are getting more and more complex. We have attacks on the cyber side and on the physical side. And for all of this, we needed collaboration. We needed collaboration between public and private security operators. We needed collaboration between public security operators from one country and the ones from the other country. And we also needed people to sit together and imagine how we can have a platform where we can ensure both the cyber security and the physical security of a site. And in this, we also had the collaboration of the whole consortium. We had 13 technical partners who have relentlessly worked on their technologies to make them work during all the pilots. And thank you all, because they all worked fine. More than fine, if we have to be honest. In this, we were also accompanied by 12 end users from 4 different countries. I put +2 because as I started calling you in Italy, you are our adopted partners, Mr. Security and Movement Entertainment, who joined us for the pilot in Torino. And they're also here today, so thank you for that. And finally, as it was mentioned, developing technologies without ensuring that they're ethically, socially, and legally acceptable, without training and without checking the societal acceptance, it wouldn't make sense. So we also had partners working on the ethics, on the training, that's you, ISCPSI, and the societal acceptance that was ensured by Centric. So how it all started. So we were all together somewhere in the beginning of this labyrinth on the 1st of September. And luckily, we found together our way through it. And now we are the 20th February, and there are only 9 days left. So until now, you have seen the logos, but behind all the logos, behind all the technologies, there were the people. There was the team who was always there and who always delivered. So thank you for this. And also briefly about us. So in the coordination team, in the everyday follow-up, there were 3 more essential people. So we had our communication and dissemination leader, Helen, Marco San Biagio, whom all know, but unfortunately he was not able to be here with us today, but he has also contributed hugely to the project. And of course, our scientific coordinator, Tassos Dimo, to whom I will leave the stage in a few minutes. And before this, I just would like to thank all of our chairs, to thank all of the consortium partners who accepted to be part of this event. you have just proven once again that we can always count on you. And also thank you to the people who came from outside the project. I hope I will not forget anyone, but we have Ismael Amurgia who came from DG Home. Thank you for this. Max Sorba and Pietro Gallo, our adopted partners. Rafał Batkowski from the University of Lodz. And hopefully I didn't forget anyone, but if I am, I apologize, and I thank you all, and I hope you enjoy this event. Thank you.
We invite Anastasius Dimou, the project scientific coordinator from Appraise, to speak.
Thank you all very much for having us here. It's a pleasure to be in Lisbon. Actually, Lisbon was partly one of the places that this whole journey started, because the drafting of the idea of the project was done partly here in collaboration with Sergio. And I'm really happy that we are closing this circle and our collaboration so successfully. Trying to move the slides. Okay. Okay, so we have heard a lot of general stuff about Appraise, but let's try to get a bit more in the essence of the project. So Appraise is about combining big data with artificial intelligence and advanced visualization, and so that we can have a robust security framework that will help us to improve the safety of public spaces, both in the cyber and in the physical domain. So why Appraise? Appraise wanted to create a framework that will improve the security of the public spaces, but without sacrificing the freedom of citizens. We have a big challenge as we have an emerging number of threats that are evolving constantly, both in the cyber and in the physical domain. And there is a need to bring a new approach of integrated security where the public and the private security operators will be able to collaborate. So what are the strategic goals of the project? It is to improve the capacity to detect all these threats for soft targets, either physical or cyber, to improve the collaboration between the public and private operators. We know that police doesn't have the resources to guard everything and all the public spaces on its own and constantly. And we also know that private operators are often there, and they are the first ones to reach an incident. So the collaboration can bring a lot of added value. We want to improve awareness and decision making so that the overall operational performance of security practitioners will be better. and we also want to develop a modular framework, which means that in the future we will be able also to integrate different information feeds, but also decision support services. And lastly, our goal is to co-design all these solutions together with the society so that we can have socially accepted technologies. So this graph is actually the essence of Appraise. It may seem a bit complex in the beginning, but I will try to navigate you through it. So you see in the top and the bottom we have the public officers and the private operators, which have a limited collaboration right now, and then we have right and left we have the technologies and the people. So again, we have to we wanted to connect the technology and to become socially accepted. So the idea is to reach the center where we would have a collaboration platform that will exploit the resources of both public and private security operators, and also how we will have the different information feeds from different sensors and different technologies, and how all this will be used and combined and fused so that we will have really intelligent information and information that can help all the security operators to make specific actions and to counter a possible terrorist attack. So also the communication with the crowd and with the people that are in the public spaces is also important, both ways, both to accumulate information from them because they are in the specific place, but also to provide information to them on how they should react and how they will better escape from danger and a possible encounter with the terrorist and the risks. Okay, so as we said, on the technology part, we have Appraise has a big number of physical sensors that it is using. These are used for visual surveillance, like CCTV networks. We have drones that can provide a better overview of the place where the event is happening. We have drone detection technologies for rogue drones, but also CBRN sensors, sound sensors, and of course a lot of analytics based on all these sensors. Then we also have the cyber part, where we have where the project is developing technologies to be able to detect imminent cyber attacks, which can often be combined with the physical threats. In the next level, we are fusing all this data from all these sources, and of course we are integrating technology from the crowd. And all this is being visualized in a way that all this intelligence that is gathered, that it becomes actionable. Of course, what we cannot forget is that all these technologies, in order to be used and to be adopted by end users, there is a crucial aspect, the aspect of training. We need to create procedures that all these technologies will be accessible and to law enforcement officers and to security and private security practitioners, and that they can be integrated in their line of work. So this is here you can see again some of the technologies that we have used, but more organized in the way that that we have them in a possible threat scenario. So Appraise has two lines of work. One is let's say the offline part, where we are continuously monitoring online resources like surface and dark web analysis. We also have multimedia that is crawled from possible target sites, from possible propaganda campaigns, to understand how this information can provide us some intelligence for future attacks. So our target is also to understand who are providing, we are doing and spreading this propaganda. If there is a criminal group among those users, and also to see if there are any cyber attacks in some specific place. And then we have the online phase, where we are actively monitoring a specific place, where we are using cameras to identify, to detect objects that can be a threat, like guns, knives, or maybe abandoned luggage, or anything that can be useful. We have sound recognition, which can be used to identify shots that are not covered by a specific camera. Intrusion detection, where we have unauthorized access somewhere. Fight detection, panic detection about which are connected to the behavior of the crowd, or somebody that has fallen. And of course, we have the crowd-related technologies, the crowd sensing application, where a citizen can declare that an incident is happening next to him. We have drone neutralization, and also the dynamics, identifying the crowd dynamics, and being able also to predict that something, that an event is happening somewhere that we do not have a very good idea about it. All these technologies and all this information is fused in the threat intelligence module, which is using AI to fuse all this. We are also taking into account some incidents like traffic anomalies in the vicinity of a critical infrastructure or a public space. And also trying to identify an event by like a mob event, where we have where people are suddenly gathering in one place in an irregular way. And then we have the visualization and communication phase, where all this information is geolocalized and presented to the security practitioners in a user interface, a GIS-based user interface. We have communication between all the security practitioners. which also includes cross-border communication, and we are also exploiting augmented reality technologies in order to provide communication and information to the people on the field. All this, of course, is used in the investigation phase, where the police is investigating an event and also analyzing it in a post-event phases, and also for training in order to analyze what are the tactics that we used, what was the strategy, if it was correct, what can be improved. And the last, we have already discussed about this, the part of the pilots, the 4 pilots that we have done, and you can find videos from these pilots also in YouTube. So that's all from my side. Thank you very much for your time and your presence. We really appreciate it. And thanks again to the organizers for doing an excellent work in hosting us. Thank you very much.
We'd like to invite to the stage Alexandre Ahmad from CS Group.
Hello everyone, to everyone who I didn't say hi. Very happy to be on stage here at this event. May I have the presentation, please, on screen? I'm going to talk about the different pilots, roughly. We will go deeper this afternoon into the pilots. And no, this is not just the presentation that we just had before. I'm just continuing, if it's possible. No problem. Just to say that I'm quite happy. Appraise project is a technological project. So mainly all the efforts are for the scientific companies, organizations, building systems. But as you know, building systems is not the end goal. We want to protect public spaces against threats and terrorism, so doing counter-terrorism. And if I just can go back. And actually, the protection of public spaces is the role of everyone, every organization. It's not only the police, it's not only the security organizations, it's the role of all of us. And usually, scientific people make technologies, they're happy with it, but it's not always used. Sometimes it's not even usable by the police officers, by the security organizations. And I'm quite happy that in this project, it has been really, end users have been involved and have driven the project to have something that hopefully has been done to be usable. I'm not even talking about market and business. It's something that can be used and useful for people. And if you buy, then that's another question, but just about usefulness. And to make this happen, we had the idea to run into 4 credible, unfortunately credible, terrorist attacks in 4 different places. In Europe, and sometimes across Europe. So events happening in one country and ending in another country. To see how can countries collaborate. And of course, what happens when there's an event is that many private organizations are involved. And when it comes to counter-terrorism, then of course, public organizations needs to be take the responsibility over. So we need to have cooperation between the private companies, public companies, and of course, one country and another country. The first example, if I have the laser, yes. The first pilot that we had was in Slovenia, in Ljubljana. There is a big mall, one of the biggest malls in Europe. So if you want to go shopping, that's the place to go. And in this shopping mall, there is a big water park, a swimming pool. And the idea, which is a public space, we try to see if a terrorist attack coming and shooting at people in the swimming pool, how should we react? First of all, many sensors wouldn't work because there's a lot of noise in the swimming pool. The gun shooting, can you hear really well the gun shooting, what's happening? So we had a lot of difficulties going over that challenge. And then of course arresting, neutralizing the terrorist. So that's the first event that we had. And we had the big surprise, because when you start the project, you have an idea and then the little idea becomes very big. It ended up to be a national exercise for the police of Slovenia with more than 100 trainees and trainers doing that exercise. Second pilot that we had was a cycling event going from one country, from Spain, from Bilbao, ending up in France. This maybe is a crazy idea, but sometimes this happens, especially in the Basque Country. But I don't know if you look at the Tour de France. This year, in 2023, it happened to start in Bilbao and up in Paris. But actually, we were really up to date on that. And actually, it caused some problems because the dates were conflicting with our pilots. And this attack here, of course, there's a lot of criminal organizations now. We see that they can start on internet, dark web, social media, to say, well, they want to organize. We need to have solutions to try to find and maybe arrest before something happens. And the main threat afterwards was an attack with a drone. So drones today are affordable, are cheap, and unfortunately they can carry loads which can be explosives. And even more expensive drones can even transport like 60 kilograms. So it can be like a person, which can be transported anywhere in prisons, anywhere, or in any public space. So that's the second attack that we had to prevent. And here there was because the terrorist attack happened in France, but the event started in Spain, then we need to have some information communication between Spain and France. So we have to tackle also this cross-country communication. Third, so all this were big pilots, all the four of them, so very challenging. And in 8 months, we had to do all of it. So it was a big marathon here. The third one happened in Poland, in the very nice city of Gdansk. During a real fair, we had also a terrorist attack, a knife attack, a cold weapon attack, and to see how we react with the panic and with the evacuation of the people and so on. So this was during a real event, during a real fair. Most of the time, of course, when we do trainings with terrorism, we try not to do it during an event because it can create a real panic. But this, we managed to do it. It's a bit crazy, but we did it. And the last one was during, well, not during, but repetition of a music festival with the participation of private companies, which are not part of the consortium. So I thank them again for this. And because I said all I had to say, and I will show the different videos this afternoon. Thank you very much for your attention.
We invite you for our networking and coffee break, followed by the eagerly anticipated technology fair featuring live demonstrations of the cutting-edge technologies developed under the Appraise project.
We hope you enjoy the networking session and the technology fair. And we will be back at 12:20 for the debrief on the technology fair before the lunch break.
Eu arranjei uma.
É, arranjaste.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. For example, so that's the point on looking the connected graph around it, because you cannot just say, for example, also this user 7 here. It's an indication, let's say. Sorry, say it again.
It's going to just break off.
Yeah.
It's one thing to brand online
Yeah.
and just spam hate and negative comments, but if it's still interesting, as I say, when it can be active.
Yeah, then that model will not then. What it does is like when you have one of these
Oups. Não.
Yes, if it looks like weapon, it's a weapon. It's a weapon. If it looks like one, it can be detected.
Won't work, but it's a weapon.
Yes, yes.
And we only detect that situation with the contest of a client. You see? Or a client talked to us and said, well, I saw a person with a shooting gun.
A witness, let's say.
Yeah, witness,
Yeah.
yes. And
Yeah.
with that...
The point is so to be detected and automatically raise an alert.
Okay.
So the security personnel can see it, confirm that this is an actual case.
So, and how your software works? What do you need from the VMS?
From the bit, we consume the stream from the VMS.
But you have a connection, you receive the stream from the VMS?
Ça veut dire, par exemple, je perds mes fils, moi je suis pas du tout un scientifique, je suis un business, donc j'adore et ça veut dire que si une personne se mettait dans une hypothèse de ce type de counter-terrorism, some, if you find some, let's say, logos or some marking, you can also use these keywords again to initiate some more searches. There are also, for instance, here there's a zero context identification classifies places, captures places, and tries to also do some coordinates of the place. For instance, here there's a crowd, here you see a monument, so maybe some place, and you can identify and give some coordinates based on some databases. Here is an example from the track of a building that have identified this building and says that's a factory park. And, you see that also user, of course, this was a synthetic post made for the project just for demonstration purpose. And we see also some classification and a probability that goes from 0 to 1. 1 means 100% sure. It's like a confidence score. Yeah, apart from visual, there are also some other tools provided by partners that can identify some known logos from terrorist groups. Do you want to go through the whole presentation from the beginning?
Ça, c'est déporté ailleurs, parce qu'effectivement, le contrôleur puisse savoir ce qui se passe.
Oui, je comprends. Mais ça reste votre superviseur quoi qu'il en soit.
Parce que... l'avoir, mais on peut très bien entrer directement l'image comme ça, sans photo. Sans forcément passer par le PC. Nous, ça nous permet de voir effectivement que l'acquisition peut se faire. Qu'à un moment donné, elle est suffisamment en confiance avec sa détection pour pouvoir dire maintenant je te donne l'image avec la supervision et qu'il faut.
Mais généralement, j'imagine que vous avez plusieurs capteurs qui sont disséminés à différents endroits.
Alors, quand on est sur des espaces de stockage, oui, parce que ça marche sur une zone qui n'est pas forcément très très grande. Il faut faire une zone d'acquisition parce que c'est très
Media have some databases, then this here I don't have a screenshot of the platform, you might see that we have a thread level of meeting online, and if you click you can see post inspected of course there are have to validate the tools, the models based on
operator. I get this set of targets, set of results.
This was the only thing I wanted to say.
it's up to the operator to decide. Unfortunately, especially in art,
à chaque instant, on dit dans quelle place il s'en c'est de...
detection of people that we have used this data and then shared with all the other partners. Then we have done detection of a person lying down on the ground. Then we have done detection of vehicle moving towards a specific objective, for example, crowds. And generation of embeddings, that is like creating a digital fingerprints of a detection and trying to find similarities in different cameras in order to
data from web sources and then analyze it. So here we will start with what we call web and social media monitoring framework. This is just let's say the structure. We have some user-based queries. The operator can work like inserting some keywords in search engines like Google or DuckDuckGo or even search engines from the dark web operating dark web like Sort or Apnea.
Open source.
Open source, of course, open source. Some social media like Twitter or YouTube.
is to give you actually the microphone to see what do you think of what you have seen, what is the feedback, how interesting are the technologies or the tools. And so if you want to ask questions, please raise your hands. I don't know if you have a microphone, or otherwise speak loud. And please feel free to ask the question. So if someone wants to start first, usually the hardest question is the first one. And
I don't know how to turn it on.
there were a couple of carousels, some on the technology with the video. You don't have a question? On the crowd management, I don't know if you have seen all of them. Maybe you have a question, Jana?
No. In any case, I can understand that everyone is keen on going for lunch, especially that it's going to take place outside under the arcades. But in any case, if there is anything, any question that comes to your mind of any technologies that you're particularly interested in, you can find us during lunch, and either we have the answer, either we will lead you to the partner who has the answer.
So if you don't have questions, this afternoon there will be first a round table to talk about the pilots and how they were organized and what's the outcome afterwards. You know, afterwards we test all the technologies, but is the technology useful? How was it used? How to improve for the next, for this kind of settings with counter-terrorism? So that's the thing, and afterwards a teaser for the next day. No question, then I can wish you en français, bon appétit. Good appétit. Thank you. Bye.
As we reach the midpoint of our first day of conference,